Wojton. I have on the line here a multiple national champion from the NCAA Indoor Outdoor Track, Cross Country, 2004 Olympian. She was also in Team USA in 2006 for the Indoor Track and Field Championships. I believe it was at the 3000. And her site is C Tolly Run, in which she hosts episodes of sorts, all varieties. She's a Reebok ambassador and also a Villanova Wildcat alum. Congratulations to the Villanova Wildcats. I have here Carrie Tollefson. How are you this morning?
I'm doing well, thanks. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thank you very much. Going into what you're currently at, now, I'm going to be 41. You're not there yet. See, I didn't,
I'm not there, but I'm right around the corner.
I did not disclose age. I know better. So,
yeah.
Yes. How have you been? Well, with me, I was competitive at one point, nowhere near your stature. However, I was, an Olympic developmental athlete for 3 years for a track club out in, it was a USATF Niagara chapter, Syracuse Chargers, and I have some understanding what it's like to try and get there. And when I hit my mid-30s, I had that thought crossed my mind in a form of a question, and it was, now what? I have, by then I had 2 daughters, now, there's 3 in the mix, but how are you able to juggle everything the way you do to get to the point in which you are today?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, even just this next minute after I'm done with the interview, I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I do all this? But we just recently had our 3rd baby. We have a 9-week-old little boy, Greer, and then we have a 2-year-old, Everett, and a 6-year-old. She just turned 6 last Friday, Ruby. So we have 2 boys and a girl, and, living life as a mother and a working woman is a lot harder than just being an elite athlete. And I'm not taking anything away from being an elite athlete, but when I didn't have kids and I could train 24/7, that was a lot easier. It was a lot harder maybe on my body because I had to work so hard. But now the fatigue and the scheduling and, everything else is crazy hard. So I commend anyone that can juggle all of that plus be able to stay fit. So I'm trying to just put one foot in front of the other and, lead by example and live a healthy lifestyle.
Congratulations. I did not realize 9 weeks in the making there. Congratulations to you and your family. Amazing.
Yeah.
Carrie Tollefson here. She's on a host of several radio and television outlets. ESPN2 comes to mind. I know you've covered several marathons, New York City. Anyone stands out that you've done over the years? From the vehicle.
Been with New York.
Go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. I've been with New York Roadrunners for years now and been able to do a number of different things with them. And I love the marathon. I love Fifth Avenue Mile. I love their half marathon. So, anything New York does is always spectacular. So that's really been fun for me. But this past Olympic trials in February, I had delivered my baby on February 1st, and I was out at the Olympic trials on February 13th in LA.
Unbelievable.
But that was crazy, and not so sure I would recommend it again. But when NBC calls and you're, starting a new chapter in your life, you really have a hard time saying no. But when I was out there, I got to sit right in front of Shalane Flanagan and Amy Hastings, who were duking it out, and ended up finishing 1st and 3rd at the Olympic trials and made our Olympic team. So, I had the best seat in the house, really, and that was pretty exciting for me.
Now, you, I believe, have a background in communication. Is there a particular type of communications, or is it mass comm?
Well, it was an emphasis in broadcast. We didn't have a broadcast major at Villanova, so I have a major in communications and then with an emphasis in broadcast.
So with that in mind, and your background, I mean, you're obviously running. You stated a couple days ago, I'm coming back from a run, and so on and so forth. What is it like sitting at the vehicle that gives you somewhat a better perspective to convey to the listener, those watching the event? What is that like for you?
Yeah, I think it's kind of fun. I mean, and I think I'm at this point in my life where I get how hard it is to watch them run and really fathom what is going on with them. I mean, I have been at sort of that level where I can train hard and I can think about trying to make Olympic teams and world championship teams. But now I've removed myself far enough to think, how the heck did I do that?
Right.
And wow, they are really going fast, So it's been fun for me to sort of have that aspect of being the elite athlete and knowing what they're going through, but then also stepping back and thinking, wow, I mean, this is truly, you have to be so talented and so focused and so devoted to really put yourself in a position to try and to be able to explain that to the crowd and to the viewers. I just think that's special. And, for me, I've only run one marathon, and I do a lot of commentary on marathons,
right.
But I needed to run one in order to feel adequate. And I did feel like I was sort of hypocritical when I wasn't a marathoner and I was commentating on them. Even though I've trained like them,
yes,
I needed to run one. So I've run one marathon, and it was when our second baby was 4 months old. So it wasn't pretty, but I've been there and done it, and I know what it's like, and that's been a really fun thing for me to share with people as well.
We witnessed, most of the nation witnessed, one of the greatest basketball games in this particular era, post-1985. I say that with like a little tongue-in-cheek here. Villanova winning the national championship in a similar fashion in which they beat Georgetown in 1985, in which I was 9 years old. I don't know how old Nick was. I believe he was -10.
Yep.
But what was it like being a student athlete in the Big East? I mean, you're a multiple NCAA champion over those years, but what was that atmosphere like? The Big East, making it to advanced stages into the NCAA tournament.
Sure. It was always so fun. I mean, we had amazing teams as track and cross country runners. So, we went to Villanova thinking we were, going where the greatest runners go. And it really was the truth. I mean, we were just selected the best distance running school in NCAA history, I think in like 2007 or something like that.
Right.
So for women. And, when I went to Villanova, I went there with expectations of myself to perform and to do really well. And, I believe that that's how the basketball team is. When you go there, yes, they talk about 1985 like it was yesterday. And I was
right.
there in 1995.
Right.
And it was only 10 years, but it didn't seem like a long time that they needed to kind of capture that again. And man, for it to take this long, I know how special it must feel for those guys to finally say, now it's the year 2016 and we finally can talk about an NCAA championship again. And, they work really hard and they're devoted and they've had great coaches. And Villanova is such a great school. It's small. So, when I was there, all of the athletes knew each other and all the student body pretty much, sort of felt like you knew them. You knew faces as you passed them on campus. So I think it's pretty special for a smaller school like that, that's very, very devoted in their academics, but also wants to perform on the athletics side of things too. And how did they perform the other night? It was awesome.
Her name is Carrie Tollefson, Olympian, now broadcaster. See Tally Run. Describe that.
Well, See Tally Run just sort of happened right after Ruby was born, our now 6-year-old. And it was going to document my comeback for the Olympics. And to be honest, when I made the Olympic team in 2004, I had plans to come back in 2008, and
right.
I missed the team. I had developed pneumonia 6 weeks before the trials, and there was no way I was 100%. So not to say I would have made the team, but I had a little bit of an excuse there that was pretty legit. And then I came back after having the baby in 2010, and we wanted to see, we were hoping I'd make the team. I mean, I thought I could, and I thought I had it in me, but it really wasn't in my heart to do it. I just loved being a mommy. So long story short,
yeah, it's all right.
We started this. Sorry?
It's all right. No problem.
Yeah, it's hard to not talk about your kids when you have them. But we really started the show to document that journey coming back from having a baby and trying to make the team. And it really kind of sort of faded from that to just being a story about me, sort of, and then following my life. And now we have all of these great episodes of workouts that I do, or workouts that I've put together, or meals that I prepare, or my children putting on different episodes where they have kid exercises, and then we follow some of the races, so we do video highlights. And it's just been a fun journey to be on, and bring a different side of things for the running world, but also just for like my mom's friends, that aren't runners, that just enjoy having kind of a goofball in front of them, giving them a new workout idea or a new recipe. So it's been a really fun journey to be on Sea Tally Run.
Rewind 10 years, I had an experience. I was on stage at a certain camp in the Adirondacks in New York State in 2006, and I'm on stage jamming with this great fiddler, and outruns a certain individual and just starts jamming, just going crazy on the piano. And that was you. Do you still, now, are you still that musically inclined? I mean, because that was some really good stuff back then.
Oh, man. Well, I would like to say I am, but really it's like running, you don't use it and it goes away. So, we went to church the other day and I thought, oh man, can I even harmonize anymore? And so I kind of feel like that old lady in the back of the church trying to harmonize that really should be. But I try. My kids are now getting into that age where they love music. And so our daughter Ruby is going to start taking voice and piano lessons. And I think I'll probably start getting back on the keys a little bit more. But I think I wrote you last night or 2 nights ago and said the hokey pokey comes out a lot.
That was right.
But that's about all right now that I play. I got babies and I got 2 kids in both arms and one in a carrier, and life is crazy. But I would love for them to be musically inclined. It's been fun to be an athlete, but to also have other things to have fun in and do while I'm training really hard. So yeah, music will not be too far removed from our house.
Now you did state you're an ambassador. And you say still, you're an ambassador for Reebok. What is that type of description, ambassador for Reebok?
Yeah, so I just do different things for Reebok. And really, I think they hired me to sort of represent their brand as a female. And, being like I said, I keep saying working mother and, just someone that's trying to live a healthy lifestyle that is real. Right now I'm sitting here with 8 extra pounds on me, and I have loose skin from having a baby, and I am an Olympian. And I think that people think, wow, even, Olympians have the normal postpartum, issues that every female has. And then the guys might say, well, she's working 50 hours this week, still trying to work out. And, that's something that I think they thought would be appealing and, more real than having an Olympic athlete that gets to train twice a day like I used to and get massages and, do yoga and do all the great stuff that we need to do in order to be some of the world's best athletes. But that isn't so, it's not real for a lot of people. And I think now what my life is more real for people, and I think that's been fun to share with everyone. So I get to do some fun photo shoots and travel around and just represent the brand, and it is a great brand. We have some awesome running gear right now, so I love it.
What else do you have in the works for broadcasting, anything in general? What do you have coming up for you?
Yeah, big stuff right now for me. I'm doing a little bit with USA Track and Field, so I'll be out doing some track meets. I have my youth camp coming up, which I went and spoke out with you at Aim High, but I also have one here now in Minnesota that I've had for about 8 years. So I have about 100 athletes that come every July, and I'll be at the Peachtree, which is in Atlanta. It's the world's largest 10K. I kind of piecemeal my career together right now, but it's sort of all revolved around running, and it's been really fun to be able to stay in it that way without having to run really fast anymore. But just in, that short sentence that I said that, I would also, fancy the idea of maybe coming back next year as a Masters and starting to race again. So we'll see. I'm trying to get fit and juggle this whole lifestyle of having another baby. But once I get into that routine, I think I'm going to start putting the hammer down and start trying to get really fit again and see if I can hammer as a 40-year-old.
Nice. You gave that age up, not I. So.
I know, yeah, 39. I still have one more year, but
yes.
1 year would be good timing, I think, to really get fit again and to see. I always said I wanted to break an hour and 20 for the half marathon, and I think that would be fun to see if I can do.
Right. Her name's Carrie Tollefson, Olympian, multiple national champion from the NCAA and in USA Track and Field, Team USA in 2004 Olympic Games in Athens, Greece, in the 1500. We have one thing in common. 4:06 1500 meters. That's it.
Oh, dang it. We're so close.
Carrie, I want to thank you very much for your time. Congratulations to you and your family for your third child, and all the best. Thank you very much.
Thank you, and congrats on your 3 babies. Too. I didn't realize that. That's awesome. 3's the number, I guess, huh?
That's it. Not going any further.
All right.
3's enough.
Yeah, I know. I think we're done, too.
Take care.
Well, thanks, Tim.
Thank you. Carrie Tollefson, Tolly Runcher.